We are here with Mitchell Tarighati, Attorney of the Month in Attorney at Law magazine's latest issue. What was the genesis of your becoming a mediator?
Yeah, so the genesis of becoming a mediator really goes back to my childhood. I have over the years, starting probably in my teenage years, played the role of family mediator. I have been the messenger between siblings, I have been the messenger between parents, and having had parents that live in different countries, there was room for me to be able to help the family dynamics go much more smoothly. As I became older, I think I either assumed that responsibility or it was thrust upon me without any objection. I really trace my first efforts in solving problems or reconciling differences of opinion probably going back to my family dynamics. When you fast forward and when I became a lawyer, I do remember distinctly being in a mediation wherein I was the advocate, and I distinctly remember thinking to myself, what is this amazing sorcery that's going on here? I had no idea that this case could settle, yet this very effective mediator settled the case. And that was a very important data point for me in becoming a mediator, because I really was not only intrigued, but also was really wondering, is this something that I could do?
What is the best part of your workday?
So the best part of my workday, as many of my colleagues here in the office would tell you, is when I'm standing at the copy machine making copies of the settlement agreement. That to me is a document that really identifies the parties' commitment to stopping whatever has been going on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5+ years. So it gives me a sense of satisfaction. I feel that I played a small role in helping people find finality and having a life without the lawsuit that brought them into the mediation.
What keeps you focused on your practice and moving forward?
Sure. Well, every year I set some goals for myself. Some would say lofty goals, but I set goals with respect to how many mediations I'd like to complete, how many new lawyers I'd like to work with. I set goals for myself in terms of the cases that I'd like to settle and keeping those statistics as accurate as possible. I can't lie to you that it's always wonderful to get feedback from the people that hire me, whether it be constructive or otherwise. I'm constantly fine-tuning my practice. But if I had to put my finger on one thing that keeps me coming back for more, it's the fact that I play a role in people resolving their cases and not having a life with this lawsuit over their head.
Why do you call yourself the voice of reason?
So, the voice of reason is actually a very interesting label, because I think as the mediator, that is the quintessential task that you have. You have people on either side who are advocating, and sometimes we advocate thinking less about being reasonable and more about maximizing for our clients. And to be the voice of reason is to acknowledge that you have two advocates on either side, presumably disagreeing with one another, but that you can be that voice that can bring them together, that you can find some common denominator that you can sit down and negotiate and hopefully reach a settlement. So it's more of a state of mind for me than anything.